So it's April 11th, I think it is. Just want to show body fat gains. Put the shirt back on, doing order. So Vegan Foot Soldier left a good comment yesterday. I can't find it. It's either in the spam filter or it was something about the sugar and you just gotta see that. Body fat. So that is low body fat. Your skin's like glad wrap. And this is, I'm fully hydrated, not even dehydrated. So you know, gains. Still skinny, I haven't done weights for months because of those crashes. Let me sit down for a little bit. Oh. Flexing's hard work. But basically, Vegan Foot Soldier left a good comment about, you know, my advice is good and stuff, but the sedentary people, it's not so good because sugar makes people fat. And it's a genuine comment. He wasn't trying to hate. Sorry about this. He wasn't trying to hate. He was just trying to understand what the deal is. And so this is why I repeat these videos again and again and again, because you know, not everyone understands body fat percentages and stuff like that. So that should be, if I was fat, that would be like Joe Best's arm. Get Joe Best, put his arm against mine. His arm's bigger, but it's just fat. So when you get low body fat, you start to see your wrinkles in your face, in here. There's no Botox here. So you start to see your jaw, your cheeks get a bit gaunt, you see your abs more, you can see your chest. You see the striations, you know, all the narcissist traits of low body fat. So a bit of downlighting. I don't even do weights. My shoulder's feeling better, but sugar. This is the controversial one. You lose credibility if you promote sugar. If you promote rice or fruit or white rice or brown rice or oats or corn or barley or carbohydrates, you lose credibility with some people. Just people who's don't get it, or maybe their neocortex is shriveled up, or their brain stem. Glucose and fructose is what sucrose is. If you want to fucking hammer life, this is the most dangerous weapon there is. And you can legally walk around with a hammer. But fucking hammers, even lighter weight hammers, this is a pretty heavy weight. If you, I mean, it's a fucking damaging thing. If you want to hammer life, you need to have more carbohydrates. And the best carbohydrates for humans is glucose and fructose if you want to hammer life. If you want to be hammered by life, then cut your simple sugars down. And so Vegan Foot Soldier, he does some good edits. I wish I had editing skills like that. He did a post where he said he had 400 grams of sugar and he went up dointanon, something like that. Well, every day for me is dointanon in life, you know. And I recommend people get out there and have more simple sugars in their life so they can do things like dointanon. And maybe they'll never go to Thailand, but maybe they'll have a dointanon with their kids that day, or a dointanon at work that day, or a dointanon with their exams or their studies or their YouTube careers or whatever. So simple sugars is what you need to put in the tank so you can hammer life, so you can be this person hammering the fuck out of life versus getting boom, 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 hammered by life. You know what I mean? So where do you want to be? If you want to hold the hammer, have more. If you want to smash life, then be a hammer time. Remember that 1994 video, Hammer Time with Hans Ray and Team GT? That was pretty epic. But the hammer is a great analogy for carbohydrate intake. If you want to get hammered, then cut your carbs, cut your fruit, cut your rice, cut your simple sugars. If you want to really fucking hammer it with 2 fucking hands, just bang! You know, get aggressive and passionate with life. Just get a hammer with 1 hand and see how much you can hit something with. Don't hurt yourself. And get it with 2 hands and bang! You can do a lot of damage with just a hammer. And that is, you can do a lot of good things with a hammer. You can build fences, you can build houses, communities, you can build stuff with a hammer. You can defend yourself with a hammer. Sugar is the same thing. Your immune system runs on glucose and fructose. Look up glucose-induced phagocytosis. Your little phagocytes that run around eat all the scavenger cells and also rather the bad cells and stuff like that. So look at the human immune system runs on sugar. That's why when you go to hospital on a coma, then they put you on a glucose drip. They don't put you on a fat drip or a protein drip or a branched chain amino acids or an omega-3 drip. They put you on a glucose drip, dextrose, glucose sucrose. So we need the sugars, man. So to cut your sugar down if you're overweight, it just means you're gonna fade hard. And I've coached many people. There's a lot of people online as well. They do YouTube channels. I won't mention any names so someone doesn't feel left out or some drama's created. But I know, people out there, young men, young women in their 20s, and they've lost like 70, 80, 100 kilos, and they're smashing in sugar. And they've, another thing as well, they've gotten into their car, they're riding their bike now. And so people oh, but that's right, they're exercising. I want to drive my car and kill cats and dogs and hit people on bikes because I don't want to ride a bike because cycling is dangerous because of car drivers, so I want to drive a car as well. It's like we don't fix the solution being part of the problem. We cure the problem by being part of the solution. So you can be part of the problem, be driving cars, or you can be part of the solution, riding bicycles and carved up so you can hammer through traffic. Pay attention when you're going through traffic so you don't get hit by some undercarb fucker who's not paying attention. And the sugar thing, even Peter Brock, the famous vegetarian, vegan car driver in Australia, unfortunately he died in a car accident, but he says, I reckon a lot of the accidents we have in Australia is after people have a fatty meal and they can't focus properly. They just have that fatigue and they're undercarb and get hypoglycemic and have a crash because they couldn't pay attention. And I would have to agree. If your blood sugar levels go down or your blood fat goes up, you can't really focus that well. And if you're driving a vehicle which has capacity to kill someone, then that is quite dangerous. So I do recommend that people have as much simple sugars as they want. I mean, you don't have to pour in a kilo into your smoothies, but maybe try that one day and see how it works for you. See how productive you are the next day. Try it out, and then you may need more or less. I give people the 10 grams per kilo body weight per day carbohydrate intake recommendation based on my personal experience coaching thousands of people. I've been high carb vegan since April 2001. And I've helped more people get into high level fitness than anyone I've ever met in my life. Even the cycling coaches I know. They deal with high level athletes and bring them up to the next level. I deal with people who don't even know how to ride a bike or haven't been to bike for 20 years and get them up to a really good level, really fit and toned. That's my specialty. That's what I'm the best at. That's my gift. So my conclusion after 20 years of coaching people and after 17 years following my own lifestyle and dietary advice is that simple sugars are essential. And fruit is fantastic, but it's really hard to get high Brix value fruit. I mean, a lot of people don't even know what Brix value is. We can't have this discussion about sugar unless you understand Brix value, B-R-I-X. And when you have high Brix fruit, you understand the importance of sugar. And high Brix fruit is so hard to find, unfortunately. Even in Thailand, where it's the best fruit in the world, it's still very hard to find high Brix value fruit. And when you have that fruit, you don't want any added sugar. You don't need it because you're meeting your glucose and fructose needs. But when you have the bananas that have been sitting in that cold storage room for a month and they pick green and you finally ripen them up and they're spotty and you eat them and they're like, bland as fuck. But just eat them because it's healthy and it's got fiber and nutrients. But it's got fuck all nutrients compared to ripe bananas off the tree where you just pop them in your hand, peel them and they're still sun warmed and you can taste that flavour. Like, I would never want to add sugar to that because it's already so sweet. It's like adding sugar to sugar. There's no need, it's already sweet enough. But when you have bland fruit, adding sugar to it just brings back the glucose and fructose requirements that you need that would otherwise be there if you had it in nature. High Brix value fruit. So do a bit of reading about Brix value. Maybe buy a Brix refractometer. Measure some food intakes and stuff like that. And then you understand it and get a power meter and understand the correlation between wattages and glycogen levels. And understand the importance of glucose and fructose, that 1-to-1 ratio, which you find in cane sugar. Cane sugar is just grass. It's powdered grass. A cane is a grass. The sugar is just the dried grass. It's the grass powder. So people ask me my opinions on green powder. The most powerful green powder is organic cane sugar. Nothing but none. Because you can get someone who's dead, weak, glucose exhausted, give them some cane sugar water, poof, they come to life again. It's not like caffeine. Caffeine's a drug. Caffeine is a pesticide. It's a neurotoxin. It's designed to kill or injure animals that eat the coffee bean or the cacao plant, theobromine. Okay, so people think, oh, you have like a sugar crash because you have caffeine crash. Caffeine's a drug. You give caffeine to dogs, it can kill them. You give sugar to dogs, they're fine. Caffeine's not found in mum's breast milk. Sugar's found in mother's breast milk, all right? We need sugar, we don't need caffeine. Caffeine's a drug, sugar's a nutrient. Caffeine has no calories. Sugar has 4 calories per gram. Let's get that clear. So people just got to understand and do some homework, do some research, some personal research on sugar, you know, and not just read some blog or not just trust what I'm doing. I mean, look at the results I'm getting for people who actually follow my advice, you know. I mean, if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen some transformation stories. You know, you've seen incredible transformation stories. Some of those people do become haters because they want to get a bit of fame, or maybe they feel unloved by doing right and they want to get some attention from me by being negative. And my message to those people is I get a lot of people requesting my energy and attention. I can't give it to everyone. You know, I've got over 57,000 questions in my inbox and Tumblr. So if I'm a bit short with my response to you, or I don't give you the accolades and recommendations that you expect, to understand that I'm a busy guy, man, and I've got a lot of people wanting my time and effort and energy, man. So I don't mean to be rude or brash or short, or, you know, didn't get back to you on time, or the answer was a bit small. It's just I'm busy, man. I am super busy, but I still give more to my audience than anyone else on social media. You know, and I guess when you do that, people expect more. And I understand that, you know, I understand why people, you know, why people might get angry and to try and get my attention, or do bad stuff or destructive behavior to try and get some of my attention or whatever. That's, you know, maybe that's what we did as kids. You know, if mum or dad wouldn't give us energy, we maybe break some house rules so we get some attention from our parents, and we didn't even know why we did it. You know, and that carries on as adult life. We do bad things to get some attention, and often that works with me. If you do a video about me and it gets enough views, then I'll do a response video, maybe, you know, look at vegan gains and stuff. So, but that's, you know, I only do a response for the community, not for you, and not for me, because I like to educate people. That's what I'm passionate about. That's my gift. You know, this isn't work for me. This is sharing information to help create a better world, because I want Team Vegan to go viral. And when you're a vegan activist or advocate or doing YouTube videos or whatever, and you're telling people not to have simple sugars, that they have to go vegan, you have to go vegan, you can't eat animals, but you can only eat potatoes and broccoli. Oh, you can't drink Sprite, you can't drink fruit juice, you can't eat too much fruit. And people are like, what? I mean, imagine being a non-vegan, imagine being like a full dietary nerd with no idea, and you watch Earthlings or you watch some video, and you're, oh, I'm going to go vegan, it makes sense. And then you go on the internet and it's like, oh, you don't eat fruit though, you can't drink juice, don't eat Sprite, you can only have Diet Coke. And you're just like, what? It's too hard, people aren't going to sustain it. And they're going to be undercarb and hungry as fuck. And I'll tell you what, I've met vegans and vegetarians, you know, since April 2001, they go back to eating animal products because they just get motherfucking hungry, you know? They get hungry. And the reason they get hungry is because they restricted their diet so much, they took advice from people who were sincere but sincerely wrong. And they just had no calories, no carbohydrate calories. So the body's going, dude, fuck your ethics, man. Fuck your ethics. Eat, survive. Because humans, we're survival creatures. That's why we're so cutthroat with each other when we don't even have to be. I mean, people are so violent and aggressive when we don't even have to be. Because it's just like that basic, you know, neocortex atrophy that we have, where we just respond compulsively or basically to, like, you know, little desires and stuff. So understand that if you don't get enough carbohydrates, man, you're going to fail epically, no matter what diet you're eating. If you're a vegan or a Big Mac eater, you know, you really want to have those carbohydrates. And I do recommend people go vegan, man, Team Vegan. And I got to say, the people who eat the least refined sugar, the least fruit, are the ones who freak out the most, the ones who are really uptight and rigid and tight. And people might say, you're pretty uptight and rigid during night. I can understand that, but if you spend some time with me, you understand that's sort of a false belief, you know. I'm a pretty relaxed person. I can get passionate and aggressive and stuff like that, but I do prefer just sitting around looking at spiders and having patience, and looking at spiders and caring for spiders for the last 31 years. You learn a lot about patience, and you learn a lot about hydration. And I've got spiders living all in my house, looking after them. It's like a spider nursery here. When I leave home for a few months or whatever, I get little spiders and put them outside and relocate them. Because I don't believe in killing spiders. They're part of the ecosystem. I don't believe in driving cars when we could ride bikes. Cars kill, you know. Cars make you fat. Carbs make you fast. Simple as that. So if there's any confusion about the sugar thing, maybe we could have more discussion. Maybe Vegan Foot Soldier could repost that comment down here. The point he was trying to get at, and we can make some more follow-up ones. But if you are overweight, bottom line, if you are overweight and you want the same success as the people who have gotten that, who's followed my advice long term, right? riding bikes, carbon the fuck up. That's what I promote. I don't promote driving cars, man, unless you have some physical injury. I recommend cycling. I recommend moving to places where you can ride a bike. I recommend drastic, controversial lifestyle changes if you want your motherfucking best. I don't recommend complacency. I don't subscribe to sedentaryism. I don't subscribe to driving your car to an animal rights activist meetup when you could have ridden your bike. I don't subscribe to that. You know, why are we polluting the planet when we don't need to? You can ride a bike. I've got to get somewhere today. I'm going to ride my bike. I could go to buy a car. I could go and buy a Porsche today. I choose not to. I vote with my dollar. I'm going to ride my bike. So ride your bike whenever you can. You know, some people have physical disability. I understand that, and they're going to need a car. But for the rest of us, man, if you can ride, you should. You should. And do what's best for the planet in the moment. And riding a bike, man, that's what it's about. So carb the fuck up. Get those simple sugars in. Fuck off your car. Or use your car minimal as possible and just get into cycling. You know, watch my cycling videos. Just get into the bike, man. And if you're overweight, bottom line, man, you are going to get so fucking lean. You're going to get so lean that customs stop you every time you go through quarantine thinking you're a drug smuggler. Because if you're 40 and your body fat level is just so low, you got striations in your shoulders, you know what I mean? And you can feel your abs, you can see your chest striations, and you hardly even do the weights just because you're naturally lean, then that's a good feeling. It feels good. And it feels good I don't have to starve. Last night I had 3 vegan pizzas, low fat, and some garlic bread. You know, and wash it down with like 2 liters of Kirk's, full sugar, full strength ginger beer, non-alcoholic. And it feels good just to have that dietary freedom on vegan life and not feel deprived and not be like jealous if someone gets to eat some more sugar than I do. It's like, life's meant to be sweet, man. Life's meant to be sweet. Carb the fuck up, ride your bike, burn fat, not oil. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And we need more activists in this world. We need people doing more YouTube videos. You know, YouTube videos where people can connect with you daily. Doing a protest march down the street is cool, but it's just one trigger. People need information, and the information is the fuel for lifestyle change. A spark of flame is good, but a spark will die out unless there's fuel to continue it. So do videos daily, give people tips and hints. Fuck the haters, man. Fuck the haters. Haters just undercarb. They need some sugar. Give them some sugar. Give them some sweetness.